For the last month or so, on a Thursday, I post something about presentation and performance. But today, I can't help but think, what's the point of being able to speak if you haven't got anything to say? And what's the point of having something to say and not saying it? So it's going to be a bit different. I should say I also know that I look a bit of a mess, but that's because I've hardly slept. That's because last night I, along with a lot of the world, watched some in horror, some I imagine with glee, some like me in amazement as a group of insurrectionists stormed and took the United States Capitol. There were plenty of pundits talking about it last night, and they're going to be talking about it for a long time. And they were asking why this happened. To me, the answer seems pretty simple. This is what happens when you make people scared and tell them to hate other people. This is what always happens when you make people scared and tell them to hate other people. The only thing special about you, seriously, the only thing that is special about you is everybody else. The fact that you can connect with another human being and they with you is what matters. See what I mean? I don't care which genius you admire, Aristotle, Al-Khazami, Mozart, Curie. The only reason these people are great, the only reason we know their names is because they could share what they had up here or here with others. They made our world better, and we in turn make the worlds of others better. I am ennobled by you, just as you are ennobled by me. And in contrast, every barrier we construct serves only to lessen us. We make ourselves smaller and more vulnerable every time we distance ourselves from others, however we do it. Yet the paradox is it's really easy to do. And the real establishment, the real elites, they know this. They know how easy it is to do. And they're the ones who do it. They set us against each other. They tell us they tell us to fear the people over there, the ones who look different, the ones who pray differently, the ones who think differently. We're told that they're our enemy. They want to take away what we have, whether it's our jobs, our way of life, our votes. But it's a lie. It's a lie they tell because they want you thinking that those people are your enemy. Because if that's true, then they, the elites, well, they're on your side. They aren't. They never are. They never will be. Last night, I watched as Lindsey Graham and Mitch McConnell tried to cast themselves as statesmen, like they hadn't been riding this populist Trumpian wave of hatred for the past 4 years to get whatever they wanted. Senators and congresswomen and men who have stoked the fires of baseless conspiracy yesterday bemoaned the violence that they'd created. And it doesn't just happen in America, it happens across the world. Uh, Today on Twitter, Joe Cox was trending. And that's because in this country, during the Brexit debate, David Cameron spoke of a swarm of people trying to enter. Nigel Farage, among many horrific things, posed in front of this despicable racist poster showing just a sea of people with brown skin and the words breaking point. And Boris Johnson accused MPs of a terrible kind of collaboration with Europe. A terrible kind of collaboration. These people and plenty of us played the same game as those American politicians. They've sowed hatred and fear. And in June 2016, Jo Cox, an incredible humanitarian and member of parliament for Betley and Spen, she was shot. She was shot twice in the head and once in the chest with a modified .22 hunting rifle. And then she was stabbed 15 times. Her killer, Thomas Mehr, truly believed that liberals, that left-wing thinkers or the mainstream media were the cause of the world's problems. And I know this because he said it. And he said he murdered Jo Cox because he saw her as one of the collaborators and a traitor to white people. One of the collaborators. Last night, those politicians who returned to work after the Capitol had been cleared took it in turns to applaud those who put themselves in harm's way to protect them. They paid tribute to the courage of others. They saluted men and women whose lives uh, they, through their actions, had put at risk. The reason those people had to stand in the way was because of what those politicians had been saying. So far, 4 people, I think, have died because of yesterday's tragedy. Yet the people who created these divisions, this hatred, this danger, they're all safe. And that's good. They should be safe, but Donald Trump stood up and told an angry mob that they needed to show courage, that they needed to act. He told them they didn't want to see their election victory stolen by the media, stolen by the Democrats. And as that mob stormed through the Capitol building, they chanted, "Stop the steal, stop the steal, stop the steal." And today, all I can really think is that the person who, above all others, was and is responsible for a literal assault on America's democracy is, at least as I record this, the President of the United States of America. He and too many like him feed fear with hate. They fight love with lies. There was something else that crowd chanted as they were running through the building. They were chanting USA, USA, USA. And during the attack where Jo Cox was killed, also spoke. He said, "Britain first. This is for Britain. Britain will always come first." Fuck it.